Defining the Mechanisms of Combating Shoplifting, Research Proposal. Introduction. One of the most common methods of misappropriation of things today is shoplifting, a type of theft in which a conflict-free theft of goods in retail stores is committed. Due to the development of a system of modern supermarket stores, where the buyer can independently contact the goods, this system has become particularly widespread. Losses from theft in supermarkets are significant, but the revenue from sales in this type of store is quite high and compensates for losses from theft. Thus, one can say that shoplifting is one of the types of deviant behavior that has engulfed wide segments of the population and, first of all, young people. This movement got its development thanks to the opening of a large number of supermarkets and the creation of virtual communities that allow interaction and contact between representatives of this deviant group. Other types of theft differ in that they occur without using weapons and direct contact with a person. Therefore, it is important to determine the mechanisms of combating shoplifting, as this activity is becoming increasingly popular. Problem and theory. Problem statement. Stores without video surveillance are more often subjected to shoplifting. Theory. Video surveillance in stores should reduce to a minimum the number of shoplifting acts. Variables and hypothesis. The independent variable is video surveillance. The dependent variable is shoplifting. The hypothesis is the following: in stores with video surveillance, the probability of theft is less than in stores without video surveillance. Review of literature. According to the 2020 National Retail Safety Survey, the loss of inventory-related shoplifting impacted the U.S. retail economy by $61.7 billion in 2019. Martinez-Mascoro et al. Divide shoplifting into two categories: 1. Professional, specializing in stealing things to resell them, and 2. Amateur, stealing from time to time for oneself. The second category of amateurs is the most numerous because these people are engaged in shoplifting occasionally when the risk of being caught is minimal or the amount of stolen items is insignificant. This scheme has several variations. In some cases, the thief tries to take the goods out of the store. In others, if it is a food item, it can be eaten directly in stores. Moreover, such people often do not consider themselves thieves and broadcast such behavior to children and others. For some, primarily for young people, shoplifting is a kind of extreme practice, the desire to show themselves. To identify the causes and factors of the development of the shoplifter movement, Ansari and Singh conducted a sociological study. Thus, a semi-standardized interview was used as a research method. The sample consisted of 11 people associated, most of them in the past, with the movement of shoplifters and 2 people, employees of chain stores who, due to their work, encounter shoplifters. A typical portrait of a representative of this movement is a young man from a middle-class family, usually without significant financial difficulties. Most often, expensive things are stolen, which are small in size and easy to sell for good money. For example, elite alcoholic beverages, clothing, shoes, jewelry, and cosmetics. They do not disdain chocolates, chewing gum, and other small things. The scope of activity of such thieves is not limited to the country of residence. Experienced people in this business often travel abroad and earn good money on the appropriate purchases of expensive goods. Income allows them to lead, from the point of view of a simple man in the street, a luxurious life. In general, the motives of theft are divided into 3 large groups: 1. To do good to oneself, 2. To make others feel good through stolen goods and thereby earn their good attitude, and 3. For the company. Theft is committed together with the group not for enrichment but based on the desire to be accepted by the group to comply with its norms. The respondents' first experience of shoplifting is associated with different situations, but most of them are confident in the relative fairness of their theft, whether it is payment for unpaid money or an inflated price for individual goods, primarily intellectual ones. In general, the description of the theft of books, namely books, and not food, is a common topic among young people. At the same time, it is emphasized that those who inflate the prices of books should be punished. To prevent or minimize shoplifting, it is important to install video surveillance everywhere. The purpose of video surveillance is not only to prevent theft but also to identify thieves, which is greatly helped by working with the video archive. It should be noted that the video surveillance system becomes much more effective if it is integrated with cash registers. The principle of operation of the integrated system is to synchronize cash transactions and record video from a TV camera that is directed at the cash register. The system operator sees on the screen an image of what is happening in and around the cash register, and all the inscriptions contained in the receipt are superimposed on this image, like captions. The integrated system, as already clear from what has been said, makes it easy to identify cases of fraud in which the goods passing through the cashier do not correspond to what was entered in the receipt, when closing labels, using labels of cheaper goods and entering the product code manually. With the help of conventional video surveillance, it is extremely difficult to do this. The integrated system also provides much wider opportunities than clean video surveillance when working with the archive.